As far as how long it will continue, that is completely up to humanity. There is not some time set against which humans have to endure all of this suffering. But first of all, they have to do what will keep the disease from spreading in the first place. And in the second place, they have to clean up their minds. You see, in some ways, this virus it seems like it is a product of hatred, because it can be so devastating for some people so quickly. You know, it was some people contract the virus. They note the first symptoms they have, and then somebody else notes that in 15 hours they're dead. So it is almost as if it is a little virus of hatred, and you can't dissolve hatred with more hatred. You have to dissolve hatred with love. And you see, hatred warps the mind. It makes the mind very suspicious. It makes the mind more fearful. And so, as I also said in an earlier lesson, that there's two pandemics. There's the pandemic that is a viral pandemic, and there's the pandemic of fear. And the hatred is, some people hate the virus. Some people hate or are very fearful. And you might want to consider that maybe a certain type of fearful is very connected to hate. If they suspect somebody, oh, this is a season for hay fever here in Colorado, and a lot of people are sneezing because there's a lot of pollen in the air. And what I watch is everybody else's mind when somebody sneezes. You know, if they're in the grocery store and suddenly they sneeze, you know, people, oh, COVID-19. I mean, they're paranoid about this. Now, that said, you don't want to be in the direct line when somebody's sneezing. That's true. That's prudent. But so because you love the other person, and you might be the one to sneeze, and you don't want to share anything with them, you stay away, see? You give them some distance. And in that distance between you and every other person, fill that space with love and compassion. And if you can do that, and if you do it consciously, this will be a huge mitigating force for the virus. And we do have to have compassion, because you see, it's moving through the world now in a way that it's coming into some very, very poor communities, some in Asia, some in Africa. And the devastation there, where people do not have access to much medical care, or perhaps they live in quarters where they just can't get away from other people. If you are in a refugee camp, you don't have a prayer of getting away from the other people, you see. So we have to have much compassion. And I would urge you to spend a little time every day just thinking about those who are really suffering right now, and send compassion. That's the type of love that can mitigate this virus. It won't happen in 5 minutes, because we have to build up what we say a great battery of love and compassion. But you can do that. Indeed, I hope you will. And thank you.